This married couple is Zoe and Alec. They were about to see a doctor to consult about their pregnancy program, but unfortunately, the doctor said that Zoe seemed to be unable to get pregnant and bear a child. Hearing this of course made them both very disappointed and sad because they had been waiting for years to have a child. Before leaving, the doctor gave them an orphanage brochure. He said that out there were many children who do not have a home to live in. After leaving the hospital, Zoe's friend, Sarah, immediately went to visit her house. She found out about Zoe's test result today and suggested that she just adopt a child. Later, while they were having dinner, Alec saw Sarah's daughter who was sitting in front of him. He seemed very sad to see the little girl and hoped for the presence of a child in that little family. That night before sleep, Zoe finally told Alec about the adoption plan. She showed an adoption brochure to Alec, but he didn't seem interested in the plan to adopt the child. He said that he couldn't accept a child who wasn't his biological. Alec's response offended her so much. Meanwhile, in another place, there is a boy named Eli. Eli is a 7-year-old boy who lived in an orphanage named Foster. He is a very smart boy who even knew many things that only adults know. He behaved just like how an adult behaves. He dressed like an adult, spoke like an adult, and did many things just the way adults do. The next day Alec finally agreed to his wife's plan to adopt a child. They headed to the orphanage to see some of the children. After filling out some adoption forms, Mrs. Lange as the orphanage caretaker invited them to talk first. She said that she would consider their plan to adopt one of the children at the orphanage, but she also reminded them that the children there were special, so they had to send the children to the right home that fit them perfectly. After that, they were invited to walk around to see the children there. That was when Zoe saw Eli. His smile made her so happy she couldn't turn away from him. Even before they left the place, Eli waved at her and smiled through the window. After that, Zoe went to her bookstore there. She saw her mother who brought many children and read them stories. Her mother said that that was one way for Zoe to get closer to the children. However, instead of making her happy, this made her feel offended. She closed the shop and immediately returned home. Shortly after they arrived home, Zoe was surprised by the ring of the doorbell. When she opened the door, how surprised she was to see Eli standing right in front of her with all his belongings. Eli said that Mrs. Lange herself was the one who sent him there. Zoe was confused because they had not finished the administration yet. She couldn't say anything and remained silent while Eli had already considered Zoe's place his home. On their first day, Eli showed a mature attitude that children her age did not have. He preferred to watch the news channels and discuss the global problem, which made Zoe even more surprised. But even though Eli's attitude was strange, Zoe still liked him. Shortly after, Zoe called her husband and told him what had happened. And just like so, Alec was also surprised by Mrs. Lange's decision to send Eli to their house so suddenly. Not long after, Alec arrived home and immediately took Eli to the orphanage. On their way back to the orphanage, Eli talked about the recession even though Alec didn't know about it at all. They were surprised by how well Eli knew about all those things that children his age wouldn't even understand. Arriving at the orphanage, they were shocked by the news that Mrs. Lange had fallen and hit her head, so they couldn't meet her right away. They then went to meet Mrs. Lange's assistant and asked about the administration and documentation of adoption. While checking the document, the assistant said that the documents were valid, so they had no other choice but to adopt Eli. After all, Zoe had taken a liking to Eli. Since they adopted Eli, Zoe felt that her husband Alec had changed. He didn't want to talk to her. In fact, he tended to go to work earlier than before. Even before they had breakfast, Zoe wouldn't even know that her husband had left if Eli didn't tell her. It turned out that at the office, Alec had a few problems. The global recession affected Alec's toy company, so it was difficult for him to get investors for his company. Moreover, his old-fashioned toys also didn't sell well in the market after the emergence of modern toys. Even the banks couldn't give him a loan at that time and made things harder for him, while all his employees demanded that their salaries be given immediately. Alec asked them to be a little patient because all this time, he had treated them very well. He said that the company savings were all spent to pay off debts. Hearing this, the employees began talking about it at the company. In another place, Zoe took Eli for a walk in the park. Shortly after, Zoe met a homeless man named Mr. Potts. He told her a certain date, the date that she would never be able to forget. 15th May 2007. She was surprised by that and felt a little afraid of Mr. Potts. She immediately took Eli from there. They went to visit Alec in the toy factory. When she and Eli got there, he saw that all of Alec's employees had left him. Alec told her about what happened. To calm her husband, Zoe suggested that they mortgage the house. However, it turned out that Alec had mortgaged the house without her knowledge. The fact that Alec had done that without telling her made her so disappointed and left him there alone. When they arrived home, Eli asked Zoe if she still loved Alec. After everything that had happened, Zoe could not give an answer. The next day, Zoe took Eli to school. Eli convinced Zoe that he would be fine, but at recess, Eli instead ordered a taxi and skipped class. He then went to Alec's factory. Alec, who was sleeping there, was woken up by Eli. He then asked why he was there. Eli told him that he visited to help him with his job because he looked like he needed help, but Alec said that he didn't need any help. He then took Eli back home. When they got home, Zoe was a little angry because Eli disappeared from school. Not long after that, her anger subsided because turned out Eli had ordered food secretly for them. They finally got calmer after having dinner together. Apparently, Eli's purpose in doing this was to make both Alec and Zoe get along again. At the same time, Alec and Zoe started talking to each other more calmly. Alec promised to get them out of trouble. Not long after that, he went out to get some fresh air, but at that moment, Mr. Potts was seen watching their family from a distance. After Zoe went to her room, Eli came out of the house and approached Mr. Potts. They then talked and seems like both of them had known each other. Mr. and Potts advised Eli not to rush his plan. Turned out, besides knowing each other, both of them seemed like planning something for Alec and Zoe. The next day, Mr. John, Alec's company's investor, came to meet him at the factory and asked him to sell the factory, but it seemed that Alec couldn't just accept it because the company was a legacy of his father. His father would be very disappointed if he decided to sell the company. Alec, who felt disappointed, immediately went to his father's grave to pour his heart and confide his problems. But not long after, Mr. Potts appeared. In the beginning, Alec felt bothered by Mr. Potts, but turned out, Mr. Potts was there to teach him something. Mr. Potts told him an old expression, "Up from the ashes grow the roses of success." After experiencing that, Alec was awakened from his agony. After he left the graveyard, Alec went to meet his friend to play squash to relieve some stress. After that, he met his wife and asked her to bring Eli to come to the factory. Hearing this, Zoe was happy because finally, Alec began to accept Eli. Not long after that, Eli came to the factory and played with a toy helicopter. The toy was initially made to go up and down, but Eli somehow managed to make it move in any direction. He asked how Eli could do it, and Eli replied that from the start, the toy had been assembled to fly in all directions, but without realizing it, the producer accidentally deactivated the switch on the circuit board so that the toy could only fly up and down. Not long after that, Eli saw a Legoland poster on the wall. It turned out that Alec really wanted to go there, but unfortunately, he didn't have enough time to go there. The next day, Eli was getting ready to go somewhere. When Zoe asked where he was going, Eli said that Alec must have forgotten to tell her about his plan. After that, Eli also met Alec, who was sleeping at the factory, followed by Zoe, who carried some stuff with her. Both Alec and Zoe felt that Eli had played them, and after driving for hours, Alec finally realized that Eli made them go to Legoland. Alec was surprised by what Eli had planned for him and Zoe. When they arrived, they immediately tried every ride there. They tried the Lego train, the Lego cart, and even made a toy license for Eli. After trying all the rides, Eli took them for ice cream. For a while, Eli managed to help them forget all the problems that they had. They really enjoyed their time there, and Eli's effort to cheer and get them both together was a success. The next morning, they were surprised by the sound of a piano coming from under the stairs. It turned out that that morning Eli was playing the piano. Suddenly, Eli's play reminded them of their child. Finally, Zoe began to open up about what they were hiding. All this time, it turned out that before Eli's arrival at the house, they once had a boy his age named Samuel. After telling Eli about her son and showing him her son's pictures, Zoe took him to a room that she had been forbidden to open because there was the memory of her son imprinted there, making her blame herself all her life. That room was once Samuel's room before he passed away 2 years ago. While looking out of the window, Zoe would always remember the accident that took her son's life. That day, she and Samuel were walking on the street when Samuel's ball that he took rolled away to the middle of the road. He tried to catch the ball, but unfortunately, the incoming car hit him and took his life away. Since that day, Zoe could never forgive herself. After that, they went to the grave of their son while carrying his favorite doll. Alec cried and poured all his heart and his sorrow in front of Zoe and Eli. Without them knowing, Mr. Potts was there, watching them from afar. That night, Alec was alone outside of the house when suddenly, he saw a lot of fireflies. He walked towards the firefly and once again, met Mr. Potts, who was sitting on a bench there. Same as the last time they met, Mr. Potts advised Alec. He said that sometimes, it would be hard to let go of the past, but be able to enjoy life and seize the future. Someone had to let go of the past, no matter how hard it is. No one would be able to enjoy a beautiful future if they are stuck in the past. After hearing this, Alec felt motivated and tried to accept what had happened to him and his wife in the past. The next day, Alec saw Eli playing with a Matryoshka doll that he gave him earlier. When Eli put the smaller doll into the bigger doll, suddenly got an idea to maintain his business. He immediately went to the factory and designed something. He also asked Eli's opinion about the design model, and Eli seemed to like it. A few days later, Alec asked Eli to meet the investors to convey the idea of the product to them and convince them that the product showed would be able to compete with electronic toy products from China. After a bit of presentation by Eli, He then revealed the product which he and Alec named the mystery box. The mystery box will contain 5 toys but would cost as much as 3 toys. Nobody knows what's inside of it and the consumer's curiosity would make them buy the product. Moreover, Christmas was coming and many people would start buying Christmas presents. After hearing Eli's presentation, the investors were intrigued by the product and decided to buy the product in a bulk. After the meeting with the investors, they went out to celebrate and had fun. Alec started to consider Eli as his son and even asked him to call him dad, which made Zoe feel touched to hear it. The next day, before Christmas Eve, Alec took Zoe and Eli for a walk and saw Mr. Potts sleeping at the park. They then invited Mr. Potts to have dinner together on Christmas Eve. Then they continued their trip to several supermarkets and saw Alec's products sold well there and enjoyed by many children. Later that day, they went back home and welcomed Mr. Potts into their house. Alec offered Mr. Potts to have a shower, and while he was cleaning himself, suddenly Zoe felt nauseous. She thought that at that time, she felt under the weather and could not drink the wine. After Mr. Potts finished cleaning himself, Zoe started bringing the dishes and they enjoyed Christmas Eve as a family. Alec and Eli played Guess the Present. Before Mr. Potts left, Zoe gave him some money. She felt sorry for him because, for her, Mr. Potts is nothing more than a child that lost his way to his parents. After that, she returned to Eli's room and puts Eli to sleep. At that time, Eli showed an etymology book that said the phrase God has heard as the meaning of Samuel's name. Zoe then told him to go to sleep and called him her little angel. Suddenly, Eli asked if she believed in angels. After that, Zoe came out and met her husband. She gave him a Christmas present, and after Alec opened the gift, it turned out that it was Zoe's pregnancy test pack results which indicated that Zoe was pregnant. Seeing that made them happy because they had been waiting for years for that moment and their effort was not in vain. But they were confused about how to tell Eli the news. Without them knowing, Eli had heard all their conversations. The next day, when they wanted to wake Eli up, they got a call from the orphanage saying that a child named Eli was not on their list. They also said that the document containing Eli's photo was blank. Zoe immediately saw the toy license they printed some time ago and sure enough, Eli's photo suddenly disappeared. She then felt that everything had been planned for her. When she went to Eli's room, she couldn't find him and only found a farewell letter that Eli left for her. In the letter, Eli asked them to forget all the pain and welcome happiness. Zoe remembered Eli's words last night about God having heard their prayers. A few months later, Zoe also gave birth to a daughter. At that time, she felt like Eli was there, coming back to visit them. Eli was like a little angel who came to cheer them up and fix their marriage, which almost ended in separation. That's all in today's video. See you in the next explanation. Till then, bye.